Good evening, everyone. So we recently just got done with the roadmap for version 2.0 of Risk of Rain 2. This was basically a 3-step fixture for all the bugs and glitches and wonky shit that went on when, to be honest, it wasn't just like an update. It was also because Hopo Games sold the IP to Gearbox, and Gearbox, along with their first major update as the showrunners for Risk of Rain 2, they also did a lot of changes to back-end coding, which also affected the modding scene, where like the majority of the mods that were used on Risk of Rain 2, they're like Thunderbolt IO and all that stuff, got pretty much screwed over. But Gearbox, unlike a lot of companies, actually went back and fixed their mistakes, and they created a roadmap. It's just a 3-step program where, like, at first they were gonna fix the enemies, and then they were gonna fix the stages. It was the enemies and the boss fights, and then stage 2 was gonna be the items, and then stage 3 was gonna be the survivors, which we just got the final update for. I think earlier this week or last week. And so I got a chance to like play around with those guys. I don't really have much of a comparison because after like the 2.0 update, I kind of fell off of Risk of Rain 2. At that point, I've already put hundreds of hours into the vanilla version of Risk of Rain 2, and at sometime like early last year, I got into the modding scene, and that's where my majority of playtime for Risk of Rain 2 kind of went, after already putting in hundreds of hours into the vanilla version. So once all the mods kind of just died spontaneously, I kind of just fell off of Risk of Rain 2 and moved on to other things. But luckily, a lot of the mods are back up and running. The notable one for me that has not been fixed yet, or has not gotten a new version, is the X split screen mod, which I used to play with like people who would occasionally swing by on PC. And what sucks is, for Risk of Rain 2, I think a PS5 version of split screen has been announced. I don't know if it's been implemented yet because I don't have a PS5. But even though on Steam that's where the game first came to be, they still to this day have not announced a split screen version for Risk of Rain 2, which kind of sucks. So that pretty much took the wind out of my sail for Risk of Rain 2. But I still like dabble into it like from time to time, because it is still a fun game overall, and it's a good time killer. It still has that hook to it that keeps you coming back. It's just once you've, like, there's some people like Wooly Gaming who's put thousands of hours into this game, and he's created a whole YouTube and streaming platform based off of this one game. He's already moved on to other shit too, but but I do applaud Gearbox for fixing what they essentially broke. But on top of that, after the roadmap ended, they announced version 3.0 at PAX East. They're naming this DLC pack the Alloyed Collective, which is going to focus on, I guess, like the alloyed constructs such as alloyed vultures, and then the alloyed worshipper, the one they see in the fourth stage of each run. Not each run, because it switches from the junkyard. It's like a cliffside. Fuck, I should have looked up his name before I started this video, but it's like a bluish. You destroy like 5 vulture eggs, and they spawn. It spawns an alloyed worshipper, and once you kill him, he gives you a red item. I can't remember the name of the stage though, so my bad. Maybe I'll edit the name of it right here or something. But yeah, I did so I watched the teaser trailer, but apparently I've been shown a lot more information outside of the teaser trailer, which I can't find an extended like trailer for it where it's showing all that information where people are getting. But I'm guessing during the PAX East presentation, apart from the teaser trailer, somebody went on stage and like explained what there's gonna be shown. So I have a wiki page open. I kind of want to go over it with you guys to step by step to see, give you my thoughts and my predictions on what we might see in this upcoming DLC for version 3.0 for Risk of Rain 2. So first up are stages. Apparently we're gonna have 6 all new stages, which is pretty cool. There's gonna be a cliffside, scrapyard, machinery, which you can see like a little bit of in the teaser trailer. Each biome, I'm reading off the wiki, very short description. From cliffside, scrapyards to machinery, choked fortresses, and buried caverns, each biome pushes danger into Solace territory with dynamic layouts and environmental threats. So yeah, we're gonna be getting new biomes, which is pretty cool. So it's not going to be like, and Risk of Rain 2, even with Gearbox, they're pretty good at like mixing it up. They won't just create a new grass level, like it was they'll pull, it won't just be different versions of like the first stage, the Great Plains or whatever. They'll create brand new biomes for each stage, which is I do appreciate. From the very short teaser, like snippets we saw in the teaser, it's pretty cool. Can't wait to explore more. With this new 2.0 Secret of the Storms, we did see like alternative paths and all, so they might implement that into the stages. So next up is Master 2 new survivors. 1 returns and 1 debuts. So for this, first I want to talk about the returning character. So I'm looking at the Risk of Rain 1 wiki page right now. So we have Commando, and then Enforcer. Oh, that's the cool thing about mods. Sorry, I'm gonna tangent a bit. Like a lot of these Risk of Rain 1 characters, people built from the ground up into actual full-fledged characters in Risk of Rain 2. Like including Chef, who was introduced as a Risk of Rain 2 mod character before the vanilla Risk of Rain 2 Secret of the Storms DLC character was introduced. So yeah, so according to the wiki, we have from the Risk of Rain 1, we have Commando, which we already have. Enforcer, based off of his Risk of Rain 2 mod character. He's basically has a big shield, a riot shield with a shotgun. He's pretty fun to play as. Hopefully that gets introduced. Bandit we have in vanilla version 2. Huntress we have in version 2. Vanilla version 2. Handy we don't have yet, but we do have a modded version. He's pretty cool. It's kind of reminds me of Multi, but we'll see how that goes. Engineer we have Miner. He's pretty fun to play as too, as a modded character on Risk of Rain 2. Sniper, very similar to Railgunner. We also have him as a Risk of Rain 2 modded character. Accurate we have vanilla base game. Mercenary we have in the base game. Loader we have in the base game. Chef we just got in the 2.0 version. So for returning characters, our options are Enforcer, Handy, Sniper, and Miner. And out of these, from what I'm hoping for, it's either going to be Enforcer or Miner. Because Sniper, we pretty much already have Railgunner. And then Handy, we have the Multi character. Even though I know Sniper and Handy aren't identical and they do have different loadouts, I feel like we can get more of an original experience with Enforcer and with Miner. So those are my 2 top picks for the old character. And as for the newcomer, somebody on Reddit, I forgot who it was, pointed out that we could be getting the new character from the canceled Risk of Rain 2 mobile game that was supposed to come out when Gearbox first acquired Hopu Games, but ended up scrapping the project. Give me 1 second, let me pull up the image. Yeah, so we have a doctor, and then we have like this assassin bounty hunter with Dr. Octopus like tentacle arms. From the short teaser trailer of the Risk of Rain mobile game. It shows him throwing a grenade, and then shooting plasma bolts, like plasma, not like stun bolts, but like just normal, like a plasma shooter, like similar to like the stormtroopers from Star Wars, shooting out of his tentacles. That could be his primary weapon. The grenades could be a secondary utility. Could be like some sort of teleportation or something similar to Loader, where he like shoots out his tentacle and like grabs the ledge and like swings like Spider-Man, which would be pretty cool. As for the new character, he is more likely to be the one who's introduced as a new character for Risk of Rain 2, Alloyed Collective. Because at the end of the teaser trailer, it shows like a tentacle arm like reaching out towards like the spaceship and shit, like inside the spaceship, like if somebody woke up from their slumber or cryo sleep or whatever and is ready for duty. So my money's on this Hunter guy. It's weird, in the Risk of Rain mobile game, they didn't give him a name, but they gave the doctor a name and like a loadout spreadsheet. But who knows? And maybe in 4.0 we'll get introduced to the doctor. So as for character, I think the new character is gonna be this Dr. Octopus armed bounty hunter plasma shooting dude. And for the old characters, I'm hoping it's either Miner or Enforcer from Risk of Rain 1. Going back to the wiki page, Command 7 drones. New drone types let you augment your playstyle with some wild abilities. I don't know if Command 7 drones means that we're gonna get 7 new drone types. I don't think so. It's too many for like one DLC wave. But in the Risk, I know I keep talking about the mods. They're fucking awesome. That's the only thing I can't forgive Hopeful Games for. I'm sorry, Gearbox for is fucking up the coding. And I'm just a guy who rambles, so I don't know anything about it, but I'm shaking my fist along with the community. But what my point was, in the Risk of Rain 2 modded version, they did introduce like these taser drones where like they'll fly around and tase your enemies for you, like they'll stun them, like it won't cause any damage, but they are pretty helpful. And then as for what else there could be, we have healing drones, we have sentry, maybe we could have like these what would be a cool idea, scanner drones, like similar to the equipment where that equipment that scans like the whole map and shows you where like vague checkpoint, what are those called, like it shows you vaguely what the item is, where, well, it shows you the exact location, but like doesn't show you exactly what item. Like it'll show you a picture of a loot box, but it won't tell you if it's an actual loot box or if it's an open one or a closed one, or if it's one of those item exchange bins where you put in white item and it gives you a white item, or you put in like the regenerative scraps and it gives you like a green item. And that's another thing on the going back to the mods again, they introduced a mod where it gives you a more detailed indicator of what you're running towards, that we're not wasting too much time. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I guess a scanner drone or a taser drone would be cool. Fight 7 new enemies. The souls have been gathering and building and planning. Now their creations are hunting you. Yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna see new alloyed constructs. They did show one in the teaser trailer, and it's like the poster boy of this 3.0 patch, where it's like what are those called, the ones that hang around the giant alloyed probes. That's what I was getting at. There's a delighted probe and quiet probe. I could have sworn that they attack you on their own, but I guess they're only summoned when you're fighting the soulless probe. But I'm guessing with this new alloyed collective, you're gonna be able to fight the some version of the alloy probe, sphere, and delighter probe, apart from the stage 4 boss fight after you destroy those eggs and shit. But yeah, as for what new enemies could be introduced, maybe some old ones. Maybe we're missing some Risk of Rain 1 enemies that we haven't seen. Maybe the sand crab will get reintroduced, similar to the child, from the grandparent, parent, and then the child was introduced in this latest patch. 2.0. Maybe we'll get the spitter, the tiny imp, compared to the black imp, the whirl, Clayman, which it was introduced in the Risk of Rain 2 DLC. I'm sorry, mod DLC. What else? Evolved Lumerian. That looks fucking scary. But yeah, there's still quite a few enemies that they can bring back from Risk of Rain 1, which I'm sure they will. Just, we don't know which ones yet. Challenge new massive bosses. I'm sure we're gonna fight like some mechanical alloy, some giant mech. That'd be cool if we fight like a Megazord or some shit like that. Loot items. Expand your arsenal with the new haul of mislaid UES property. The spread of items was pretty good, especially after the roadmap update. Everyone's favorite was Sales Star, where if you have a Sales Star, the first treasure box you open will give you double the items. So if it's a small one and you get a white item, you get 2 white items. If you open up a bigger chest and it turns out to be a green one, you get 2 green ones. And then if you get lucky and get red item, you get 2 red items. So a lot of people put down their S tier for item tier list that they did after the 2.0 update dropped. But yeah, I'm excited to see what 3.0 has to offer. Even after, like I'm repeating myself, but even after Gearbox acquired the Risk of Rain IP, I still pretty much enjoy the game. It's just I just kind of moved on for a bit, but I'm still here for it in the long haul, and I'm excited to see what 3.0 brings us. Let me know what you guys think, whether like predictions for items, characters, bosses, enemies, or just your thoughts in general in 2.0, end of the roadmap or anything like that. Leave it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching and have a nice night. Bye.